Hi, I'm Madeleine. This is Margot. Margot's 7 months old, and at 3 months old, she started having some seizures that took us to Boston Children's. First seizures in this chair. I was rocking her in the morning, and diagnosed as epilepsy, but of unknown cause initially. So they sent out for various tests, and one of them was genetic testing. And about a month later, we found out that Margot had two mutations, not just one, but two mutations in SCN8A. Her initial seizures had been under control with the first-line drug treatment called Keppra. But then she started having these different types of seizures called infantile spasms, which are these kind of drop head or jackknife movements. They're quite subtle, but happen in clusters. And initially she was having almost up to about 200 a day. You read about these and they don't look like much, but they're really damaging to the brain. So that was really scary to think that each of these seizures was damaging her brain. So we started treatments, and the first line of treatment is steroids. And steroids have a lot of side effects. In terms of making baby very chubby, these cheeks, and making her very fussy and irritable, and it was just hell for 2 weeks. She was up all the time, and she was hungry all the time. It was really horrible treatment, and it didn't work. It did nothing. So then we moved to a second treatment called vigabatrin or Sabril, and that actually worked really well. That has some side effects, more long-term ones like optical nerve damage, so we had to get her eyes checked out, but it worked well. For a bit, for a week, we had about no seizures, and her brain really kind of a fog lifted. She was smiling, she was happy, she was moving, she was progressing. But then they started coming back, and we needed to find a new treatment. In the meantime, Margot had a weird episode of an apneic seizure where basically I was just holding her in my arms and she just kind of went white and stopped breathing. Or I don't think she completely stopped breathing, but she definitely went pale, and we freaked out, called 911, and took her to Children's. She did come out of it by herself, and so we had to start treating her for that. So kind of always unexpected new seizures. We started her another treatment for that, Depakote, which could also work for her spasms, but it has blocked her focal seizures, but the spasms got worse again. So then we started a fourth treatment actually for spasms called ACTH, which is similar steroid treatment. It's an intramuscular injection daily. And so we're on day 15 of ACTH. We were at high dose for 2 weeks, and we just started tapering today. Again, very, very fussy, irritable baby. She's calm right now because she had a bath, which is the only thing that calms her down. But she needs to be cuddled all the time when she's on steroids. She's usually pretty chill and a very good sleeper, but on steroids, she's so uncomfortable. So she sleeps with us and just needs constant hugs. So her spasms have gone down, which is great. She's still having 1 or 2 a day, but we're getting there, and we hope that this keeps going. But we know that they could probably come back, and there are not that many other good treatments for steroids, for spasms, sorry. So we might have to go to the keto diet as one option. And we know that her focal seizures could come back. We know that her spasms could turn into more aggressive seizures. We know we still have a long road ahead. Margot is also diagnosed with cortical visual impairment, or CVI, where her eyes are fine, but her brain can't process visual cues, so she can't really see much more than light. She probably can't see faces. So we're working with various visual therapists to help her learn how to see, redecorating our whole kind of den area with black backgrounds and red and gold shiny toys, which are easier to see, to help teach her how to see. She's also developmentally delayed, is getting stronger at holding her head up. We have an occupational therapist. We're going to start with a physical therapist to help her get stronger. And obviously, if we can get rid of the spasms, that will help her develop more. So a lot to keep us busy. It's only been, 2.5 months since our diagnosis, so our lives have changed a lot. Lots of doctor's appointments, lots of trips to hospital, lots of therapy for her. We had to change our plan. We had her initially wanting to go to daycare, but the steroid treatments make her immunocompromised, and there's a lot of kind of stuff going around daycare these days. So with our doctors, we agreed that it would be better for her to stay at home, and thankfully we were able to get a nanny to stay with her so we could still both work. And so, a lot of changes. My husband and I are both scientists, and we are trying to find ways that we can contribute and help as scientists, and spend a lot of time reading papers and trying to understand her disease, and that helps us feel more in control and feel like we're contributing. So that's our life so far, counting spasms daily, trying to find these treatments, trying to give her the therapies that she needs. Still just watching her very closely with various monitors at night in case she has another seizure where she stops breathing. We upgraded our baby camera to have seizure one that detects movement. So we've been kind of, making all these changes to best be able to care for her and, catch if she has seizures. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Bye.